Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana Jashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Shodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Srimad Bhagavatam 7.10.26 Shri Brahmo Vacha Deva Deva Akila Adhyaksha Bhuta Bhavana Purvaja Dishtya Te Nihata Papo Loka Santapano Asuraha Shri Brahmo Vacha Deva Deva Kiladhyaksha Bhuta Bhavana Purvaja Dishtyate nihata papo Loka santapano suraha Deva deva kiladhyaksha Bhuta bhavana purvaja Dishtyate nihata papo Loka santapano suraha Shri Brahma Uvacha Lord Brahma said Deva Deva O my Lord Lord of all the demigods Akila Adhyaksha Owner of the whole universe Bhuta Bhavana O cause of all living entities Purvaja O original personality of Godhead Dishtya by your example or because of our good fortune Te by you Nihata killed Papaha most sinful Loka santapanaha giving trouble to the entire universe Asuraha the demon Hiranyakashipu Lord Brahma said O Supreme Lord of all lords proprietor of the entire universe O benedictor of all living entities O original person because of our good fortune you have now killed this sinful demon who is giving trouble to the entire universe. Purport. The word Purvaja is described in Bhagavad Gita Ahang sarvasya prabhabho matta sarvam pravartate. All the demigods, including Lord Brahma, are manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the original person, the cause of all causes, is Govinda, the Adipurusham. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadhati Shapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kamshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hori Priye Vansha Kolpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Brahmavatra, Deva Deva Kilajyaksha, Bhuta Bhavana Purvaja, Dishtya Te Nihata Papo, Loka Santapano Sudaha. Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Nrsingadev. Deva Deva. So it comes from both sides. Anyway. Deva Deva. You are the Lord of all the demigods. There are so many devas, devatas, devis. But the Krishna is the source of all the demigods. Aham Adiri Devanam. In the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is the source of all these devas. Aham Adiri Devanam Maharshinam Chasarvasha. So there are so many devas, they're departmental in charges, but all of them are subordinate to the supreme authority, the personality of Godhead. So he's Deva Deva, in the Bhagavad Gita also. Deva Deva Jagatpate. What is that? Yeah, Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesh. What's the first line? Swayam Mevatmanatmanam Veta Tvam Purushottama Abhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate, in the 10th chapter. Only you know the full extent of your transcendental glories, because you're the supreme personality of Godhead, Purushottam. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha. Bhuta Bhavana, that comes also in this verse. Deva Deva Jagatpate. You are the Lord of the universe, and you're the Lord of all the demigods. People don't like it when we say that Shiva or Ganesh or Durga are demigods. Demigods, why are you calling them demigods? But this is Bhagavad Gita. That there's so many devas, but there's one supreme deva of the devas. Ishvara Parama Krishna. That's Krishna. So, Deva Deva, Akila Adyaksha. Adyaksha means the supervisor. Yes, supervisor. Adyaksha. Yes, the overseer of everything. Superintendent. Akila, of everything. In the Bhagavad Gita also, Maya Jakshena Prakriti Suyate Satrachara. Everything in the material world is going on by the work of the three modes of material nature, Prakriti, Prakrite Kriyamanani, Gunai Karmani Sarvasha. Aham Karvi Mudatma Kartaham Itimanit. I think I'm doing everything, but actually everything is being done by material nature through her three different phases or modes. But that material nature is running under the direction of Govinda. It's chanurupam api yasya chachestatesa. Govindamadi purusham tamham bhajami. The Shristi, Sthiti, Pralay are all going on by the power of Goddess Durga, Mother Nature, you can say. For the followers of Vedic culture, it's Goddess Durga. For the materialists, Mother Nature. Either way, finally, nature or Durga is not working independently. It's Chanurupam. She's acting under the direction of a higher authority. Asatyam apratishtam te jagadahuranishram aparaspara sambhutam kim anyad kamoitukam. The demons think that everything is just happening automatically. It's just working on its own. Nature is doing everything according to the laws of chance, yeah? Who's heard this, that the laws of chance are behind everything? But it's not a fact. My mathematician godbrother explained to me, Sadaputa Prabhu, that chance doesn't make anything happen. Chance is a description of historically what has happened, but it's not a cause of anything happening. Just like, suppose you pick up your phone and Google says there's a 80% chance of rain today. Now, then suppose it rains. Is the cause of the rain that there's an 80% possibility that it'll rain? What was the reason for the rain? Well, the reason for the rain was that there was an 80% possibility. That's not a reason. Because of cold fronts and warm fronts, or whatever explanation there may be, but not just because of a probability, a statistical probability. Statistical probabilities don't make anything happen. They're not a cause of anything. They're a description of what happens, but not a causative factor. So the so-called scientific idea that things happen because of chance is rubbish. Nothing happens because of chance. Nothing happens. Not anything happens because of chance. Things happen for reasons. If the clock were suddenly to fall and hit someone on the head, it wouldn't be because of chance. It would be a reason. Someone didn't nail it in properly, it's not hanging properly, and then according to your karma, you're sitting under the clock, and therefore. But chance doesn't make anything happen at all. So what makes things happen? Govindamadi Purusham. Even if you think there are laws of chance that make things happen, which is mythology, but even if we thought that things happen because of the laws of chance, who made the laws? Who's enforcing the laws? Just like we have so many laws in India, but without enforcement, there's no law. Without enforcement, there's no law. First, someone has to make the law, then someone has to enforce the law. Otherwise, there's no law. Everybody says, do what you want. So even if you think that there are laws of chance making things happen, someone has to enact those laws and enforce those laws. Laws don't just pop into existence out of nowhere. Even if you thought they popped out of existence out of nowhere, they'd have to pop out of existence out of nowhere for some reason. There'd have to be a cause. Nothing just happens. Well, finally, Sarvakarana Karanam, the cause of all causes, is Krishna. And he's the Akila Adyaksha. He's the supervisor of everything. Mayadhyakshena prakriti. Suyate sacharacha. Hetunanena konteya. Jagad viparivartate. The cause behind the workings of this world is the material energy, and the manager, or the power behind, the authority behind the material energy is Krishna. Mayadhyakshena. Adhyakshena, he doesn't have to personally manage it. Just by his glance, he can activate material nature. And then material nature says, all right, I know what you want. It's Chandarupam api yasya. The material energy is the servant of Krishna. She knows this is my duty, and she does the needful. But Krishna doesn't have to give directions. Now you do this, now you do this, now you do this, now you do this. It's Chandarupam, according to his wish. she's all ready to act. What is that? Parasya Shaktir Vividhaya Vashruyate Svabhavaki Jnana Balakriyacha. Automatically. Therefore, people think that there's no God behind nature. Nature is working automatically. Automatically means obediently. Just like in some factory, if there's some workers and no one's telling them what to do, but they're doing it, it's not automatic. It means they know this is what we're supposed to do. The boss doesn't have to come in every hour and say, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this. They know. This is our job, this is what we're supposed to do. But if someone comes in, they'll see that all these people are working as if automatically. No one is telling them. But they know we have to act in accordance with the wishes of the proprietor. And automatically they're doing. Automatically means under supervision, under control. But good management means you don't have to always say, now do this, now do this, now do this. Good management and also good worker. So Maya Shakti, Durga Shakti is a good worker according to Krishna's desire. So Krishna is the Akila Adhyaksha. I may be the Adhyaksha of my little business or my little corner. Brahma is the Adhyaksha of the whole Brahmanda, the whole universe. But Krishna is the Adhyaksha of all the other Adhyakshas. He's the Supreme Lord of all the Lords. What is that? Tumi Sarveshwareshvara, Brajendra Kumar. Krishna, he appears to be Gopesha, controller of cows, like a cowherd boy. But incidentally, he's also the controller of all the universes. He's doing both things. He's controlling the universes and he's controlling the cows. The controlling the universe is a function for the benefit of the living entities, and controlling the cows is his enjoyment. So he's Gopesha, and he's also the Jagadisha, or the controller of Akila Adhyaksha, overseer of everything. Even within the heart he's there. Upadrashtanu mantacha, Bhuta Partha Bhokta Maheshwara. He's the supreme controller, even living within the heart. So he's overseeing there also. Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarasta. He's overseeing all the Brahmas, and he's also overseeing what's going on in the heart of every living entity. So much, this is really good management. Within every atom he's seeing. But still he's herding the cows and enjoying his pastimes. Golokeva nivasatya kilatma bhuta. Govindamadi purusham. Bhuta bhavana. Bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. He's the source, the cause of all living entities. The Bhagavad Gita, apareyam tastvanyam prakritim vidime param jiva bhuta. The living entities are all manifestations of one of Krishna's energies, the marginal energy, bhuta bhavana. So he's the cause of everyone, and purvaja, born before everyone else. Of course, ajopi son of Jayadvaita, bhutanam isharopi son. He's the controller of all living entities, and for him there's no birth. ajopi. Aja means no birth. But purvaja. So birth, not exactly birth, just as he's appears, what is that? Devaki Janmavado. It appears that he's born of Devaki. So purvaja means existing before everyone else. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastata. Then manasa jata, madbhava manasa jata, yesham, what is that? Yesham loka ima praja. All of these living entities come from me, including the Maharshis and the 7 sages, Maharshaya sapta purve. The 7 sages, Maharshaya Sapta, Purve, Chatvaro, the 4 Kumaras, Manava, the Manus or the human beings. Manu is the father of all the human beings. Madbhava Manasajata, they're born of my mind. Yesham Loke Mapraja. And all the other living beings are born of them. Therefore, elsewhere in the 11th chapter, prapitamahascha. You're the father of the grandfather. Brahma is the grandfather of all living entities. And his father is Brahma, is Lord Vishnu. Krishna. So Purvaja. Therefore, no one knows Krishna because he's existing before everyone else. Just like your great-great-great-grandfather. You never met him, you have no experience. But you know, if he wasn't there, you wouldn't be here. So Krishna is that original father of all living beings. All the living entities are coming from Krishna, starting with the 7 sages, the Manus, the Kumaras, and everyone else. Oh, Purvaja. We don't know Krishna because he was there before everyone else was there. Just Brahma, at the time of creation, he found himself sitting on a lotus flower with just an ocean below him, and he thought, who am I? And what am I doing here on this lotus? And what's the source of this lotus? He was naturally inquisitive. So then he thought that the source of the lotus must be down in the water. So he dove down, 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 down. But however far he went, he couldn't get to the source. Then he had to come back. The project was a failure. And on the way back, while surfacing, he heard 2 sounds, pa and ta. So he put them together, he understood that I should do tapasya. And when Krishna was pleased with his tapasya, then he was able to have darshan of the Lord. Otherwise, by his research project, he wasn't able. And Krishna was there. The lotus was coming from his navel. But just by scientific research work, Brahma wasn't able to perceive him. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo namedaya nabhavana shrutena. Not by one's own efforts, by attending lectures, by sharp intelligence, by studying different books. What is that? Rest of the verse? Mam yam e pranute tena labhyas. Then tanum swam. When the Lord is pleased with someone, then he can reveal himself. So, Purvaja, one can't know the original ancestor of all living entities just by mental speculation or sensory research. But when he's pleased, then he may reveal himself. Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhakta. Even by Vedic study it will be very difficult. But by devotional service, when Krishna is pleased, then he may be revealed. Tishtya te nihata papo. It's our good fortune that that you've killed this sinful demon. Krishna's killing is a source of good fortune. Killing is not bad. And killing is sometimes necessary. The saintly persons are happy when a snake or a scorpion is killed. When there are duskritam, miscreants, simply santapana, giving trouble to others, then it's the duty of the government to curb them by killing if need be. That's also necessary. Not wholesale killing, not indiscriminate killing, not whimsical killing. But when it's warranted, then killing is also good. It's like cutting off a limb of a body. It's not something you just do. But sometimes the doctor prescribes, no, we have to amputate this limb for the good of the whole body. So someone says, no, there'll be so much blood. It's necessary. So, loka santapana, this Hiranyakashipu was causing affliction for the whole universe. Loka santapana. So, why? Papa. It's such a sinful person. Asura. What is that? And the wrong verse is coming to my mind, but they don't know what's to be done and what's not to be done. Vidurna pravittim cha navittim cha janana vidurasura. They don't know what proper behavior, what's improper behavior. They're like wild men, vicious. Kruran sangsareshu naradhama, lowest among human beings, just vicious. What is that? Yes. Kruran, cruel, vicious. So for them, killing is good. Therefore, vinashaya traduskritam, that's one of Krishna's functions when he comes, to demolish the demons, to kill them. So the Brahma is praising Lord Nrsingadev. It's very good that you've killed this demon, Hiranyakashipu. He was giving trouble to everyone. He was giving trouble to everyone. So, Paratranaya sadhuna. This is the Lord's pastime to protect the saintly devotees like Prahlad, and to annihilate the vicious and cruel Hiranyakashipu. All right, are there some questions?
You're brilliantly exposing chance, how it isn't. You're brilliantly explaining how chance is not a causal agent. So, and therefore it has some design, some higher causes there. So now, atheists like Richard Dawkins say that actually no evolutionist worth his name, no evolutionist worth his name will say that things happen by chance. So he says this is a straw man argument.
Good.
The choice is not
It's not a straw man argument. People make this argument that things happen by the laws of chance. It may not be, as you say, those who know better may not make this argument, but so many fools and rascals do make this argument, and so many fools and rascals repeat it. So it's not a straw man argument. It's just, it's not their ultimate scientific argument, but very popular. Things, the ordinary person thinks, well, things happen by chance. The universe came about by chance. Evolution happens by chance. Things happen by chance. And they think that explains things. Chance is not an explanation of anything. But what else about Mr. Dawkins?
Yeah. So he often says that religious people put the arguments as design or chance. But actually it is design, evolution or chance.
Design, evolution, or chance.
And among these three, evolution is the best explanation.
Yeah, evolution means what?
Evolution is a natural mechanism like gravity.
What does natural mean?
It's intrinsic.
Evolution is a natural mechanism like gravity. All right. There's this natural thing called evolution. Unproven, of course. That's a different thing. But why should there be such a thing as evolution? Why should there be gravity?
We have to start.
Why should there be time?
Yeah, we have to start somewhere.
All right. We're starting with Krishna. Where are you starting? Everyone has to start somewhere. We start with Krishna. Where are you starting?
Why not start with the assumption that matter has intrinsic properties which include the laws of nature?
Where do these intrinsic properties come from? There's just this thing called matter with intrinsic properties.
Where did God come from? That could be the same argument.
That's the intrinsic nature of God, that He's intelligent. And intelligence means that you put things in order. You ascribe intelligence to nature. Nature just does things by some sort of laws that just happen to be there. And Sadaputa explains that also. This is another point from information theory, that they want to boil everything down and make it simple, simple, simple. Right? There's just in the beginning, especially when we get to chemical evolution, which precedes biological evolution, you start with chemical evolution. So what is chemical evolution? Chemical evolution means we have to start with the building blocks of life, as we were taught in school. Hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Simple, simple chemicals, right? Because otherwise, if you start with like super, DNA or something, well, that's too complex. How did that get there? There has to be simplicity. So we start with hydrogen, the building blocks of life. Just like if you saw some blocks sitting here on this lot, just some bricks, you'd say, okay, that's not, but suddenly if a building popped up, you'd say, no, that's too much. But okay, simple bricks, we can understand. So they want to make it simple, simple. In the beginning, there's just hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. And then they come together in all these different interesting and powerful ways to expand things. But to do that, and that also happens by very simple laws. But it doesn't work that way. Either if you want to have complexity, which is what we have, then Sadaputa Prabhu explains, that's high information content. If you had to describe the universe mathematically, you'd need a lot of numbers because it's very complex, as compared to describing a hydrogen atom, where you wouldn't need, such huge strings of numbers, because it's simple, right? Like if I described this room with one person in it, my mathematical description would be fairly simple as compared to the room as it is with 40 people in it. So you're going to start with just simple chemicals, mathematically describable in short program. But from that, you want to have complexity, the whole material cosmic manifestation with all the planets and everything else going on within each planet and so on. Now, where do you get that complexity from simplicity? It's possible. But for that, you need complex laws. Like, let's say you have a batch of bricks and steel and glass and wood. This is an empty lot here, and you've got bricks, glass, wood, some nails, so on. That's fairly simple. But a building, a house, that's complex, no? So if you want to get a house out of those piles of bricks and glass and wood, you have to have fairly extensive set of instructions, procedures that you follow. You have to put the bricks down in this kind of order. You've got to put this much cement between the bricks. You have to pile them up this way. You have to let them dry this much time. After you do that, you put the wood here, you put the nails there, you put the glass here, you put this, you put this, you put this, you put this, and at the end you've got a house. That was possible because you've got complex instructions that tells you what to do with these simple materials. It's also possible to do it the other way around. You have very simple instructions and you have very complex starting materials. For example, these prefab houses, that the way they put up some buildings these days, there's like 6 parts to it. This side, this side, this side, that side. You put them together, boom, you've got a building. So the instructions were very simple. Boom, 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 boom. Because what you started with was complex. All those substructures. Your four substructures were highly complex. So all you had to do was put the 4 together. That was easy. So either you start with simple instructions and complex ingredients at the beginning, or you start with simple ingredients and complex instructions, or complex ingredients and complex instructions. But you can't have what the scientists are aiming at, which is simple instructions, simple laws, and simple ingredients. Because what you'll end up with at the end will be simplicity. There won't be any more information content at the end than at the beginning. That's demonstrated in information theory, which I don't know that much about. It's Sariputta's area. But the idea is, however much information content you had at the start, that's how much you'll have at the end. Unless you add some from outside, which would be illegal in our example. You're not going to add something from outside the universe. So their idea, there's either design, or there's chance, or there's evolution. Okay, we knocked out chance. Nothing happens by chance, but nothing happens just by evolution either. You haven't demonstrated it. First of all, your chemical evolution. There's no demonstration. You can't walk us over to 10 minutes away and we're going to see chemical evolution in action. No one has any photographs of it. No one has any eyewitness testimony. Chemical evolution, we believe, is how the universe began. It hasn't been demonstrated that you can chemically evolve universes and then life and so on. So they're spinning a story, but it's not, and it's called, we have to take this because it's science, but your science has not been demonstrated. And mathematically, you have this problem, that you want to start with simplicity and end up with complexity, and it doesn't work. Therefore, Sadhaputta Prabhu used to say that the mathematicians all know that evolution doesn't work, but they don't talk about it much because it upsets the biologists. Is that all right? Yes.
Question, Maharaj. That since this chapter is related to Prahlad Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada advised us to establish Gurukul system, but after so many years of ISKCON coming into existence, Srila Prabhupada's desire to establish a Gurukul system, we are not able to do that till today. So maybe you can give us some idea, because you have lived with Prabhupada.
No, I'm not. I have no idea. I'm not
How to do that?
in charge of how to do it. Prabhupada explained. They were doing it, so some mistakes were there, but then you abandon the project. That's why you don't have anything. They did what Prabhupada said. They had some problem, and then they said, "Oh no, we're not going to do this anymore." So then what do? Well, we have karmi schools and so on. And then, but that it was done with mistakes doesn't mean it can't be done right. Prabhupada's instructions are already there.
Because then only these anomalies, those which are coming up in the society can be removed if this education is given from that.
Yeah. Brahmacharya Gurukule Vasandanta Gururita. It's not my big area of expertise, Gurukul and the training of children, but at least I know the principle. This is how it's to be done, according to Prabhupada's direction. And if you do it a different way, you just have schools with government syllabus and 15 minutes of prayers in the morning. You'll get something. You won't get Prahlad Maharaj out of that.
Also sometimes it's cumbersome, to manage children. So we avoid that chapter.
That's what I do. Yes.
Like Krishna is known as Supreme Personality of God. Krishna Bhagwan. Bhagwan is who possesses all qualities and all opulence in complete. Ete Chakala Purusha Krishna. Ete Chakala Purusha Krishna Bhagwan. But in Bhagavatam we can see that for all the incarnations of Krishna, the Sri Bhagwan is what is used. Prabhupada writes as Supreme Personality of God. And similarly, if any devotee does glorification, then he mentioned for all the incarnation, he is the Supreme Personality.
Bhagavan means having opulences. So sometimes some powerful person like Narad Muni is sometimes called Bhagavan Narada, Bhagavan Vyas. So the word there means a powerful person. But then we come to the personality of Godhead. He's in a different category. He's in a different category. Just like president, you may be the president of your local social club or something, but doesn't put you in the same league as Mr. Modi. Or who's your president here?
Kovid. Ramnath Kovid.
Kovid. Ramnath Kovid. So that you're the president of your local social club doesn't make you Ramnath Kovid. You're president and he's president, but he's a different kind of president. Just like the Durga or Shiva, Ganesh, Brahma, they're gods. Ishvara. And Krishna is also Ishvara. So they're gods, he's God. But he's Parameshwara, he's the Supreme God. That they're God and he's God doesn't mean that they're him. Same word. But one is the Supreme Ishvara. Similarly, there may be different Bhagavans. Yes, Narad. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He's the original personality of Godhead. So you're just saying, oh, Swayam, that, no. Ete chamsa kalapams, everyone else is part of him or part of a part. But he's the Bhagavan Swayam. He's the original personality of Godhead. Janmadhyasya. Is that okay?
Prabhupada used the last word for the knowing absolute truth. Prabhupada used the term, the last word for knowing the absolute truth is Bhagavan.
Last word for?
Knowing the absolute truth is Bhagavan.
Yes. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti. Bhagavan is the last word. Otherwise, the others are features. Brahma feature, Paramatma feature. But Bhagavan is Janmadhyasya. He's the source of everything. You can say Brahma, Paramatma, they're the same. Tattvam Advayam, they're the same absolute truth. But when we come to Brahma, there's only a vague realization. When we come to Paramatma, there's further understanding. And Bhagavan is the ultimate understanding. Brahmano hi pratishtaham, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna. I'm the origin of the basis of the impersonal Brahma. Is that okay? Something else? Okay. We can stop here. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.